I have a motion to adopt the annual professional performance review plan.
How are we supposed to adapt that? We got so many.
We just have to get the motion on the
Get the
table
motion, then I can
first.
explain more.
Can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Lynn? Okay, go ahead, Tom.
How the hell are we supposed to?
Exactly,
prove it?
I know.
You're not supposed to do this, and you're not supposed to do that, it just don't make sense.
The problem being is that state ed says that we have to have something adopted and on our website by early September. So what all the districts and community did, and the county did, working with NICET, we agreed on this APPR plan as a generic format, basically. We can't even talk to our employees about APPR yet until the union meets the first day of school, and then the union and superintendents all meet. But because of the state regulations, race to the top, funding, we had to put this APPR in.
Can you give us a brief, is it possible to give a brief overview of what, just to refresh our memories on APPR?
APPR is going to be the new performance review for teachers and building principals. And it's basically set up, it's all going to have to be negotiated. So how we currently do our evaluations will probably not be the same this school year, but only for teachers grades 4 through 8, ELA and math. All other teachers for this school year will have the same process. But before we come up with anything, which we're going to have to sit down at the bargaining tables and come up with a process of what and how we're going to do it. For most of the board members, we've always done every teacher, every year. That's a formal observation. We're like a dying breed of that in our district. And we're now, yes, a lot of districts do, you might get a couple walkthroughs, you might get a video. Every other year you might choose a specific goal to choose, and then your principal or administrator will come in and observe the goal. So we are going to have to renegotiate our entire observation process. But it all comes down to basically meeting the Common Core standards and the learning standards of the state. And we're going to have to build around that whole process.
You and like Ron and the other principal, you've already taken his classes that they're talking about.
One. There's 14 of them
Okay.
that we get to take throughout the year.
Okay.
And ironically, they've already canceled the next 3 because they know that they're not even on top of it already in the state. But we still have to adopt this APPR. It has to be in place. It has to be on our website. I think it's by the 9th or 10th of September. And it's basically showing that we're willing to work with the union. They're willing to work with us, and we're going to negotiate all the characteristics of the clauses. But they're saying that we are working right now. That's all we had to.
Was the contract up now, or did you just go back to labor management?
We have to go back to labor management. Ours is not up to the end of this school year. Irregardless, like I said, the majority of the teachers, not English, language arts, and math, 4 through 12, will have to be the new process. All the other people will be under our old process. So this is the state's way of trying to improve teaching, improve administration, to oversee, testing, and to bring all those factors into everybody's observations, evaluations, and make people accountable.
So what about the recent court ruling that says that that these things couldn't be negotiated? Is that what it said? I'm not clear about it.
No,
What did the court ruling say?
the court case was regarding, NICET had sued state ed regarding, the legislation initially called for state assessments to count for 20%. Governor Cuomo and Board of Regents decided no, we want it to be 40%, tried to do it unilaterally. NICET sued state ed, and I believe there's now an injunction on that. The court has offered that, so it's back to 20.
So it's back to 20, that's what.
Mr. Burke, you worked on this, correct?
Yes.
What's your opinion, your feeling?
There are times I'm really excited about it because I think that we are definitely moving in the right direction. I feel that the hardship here is, quite frankly, the timeline. We are going to be asked to do volumes of paperwork and documentation that very few districts, if any, are currently set up to do. And they want us to do it starting Monday or Thursday when teachers arrive. none of us are trained, so we don't really have the legal requirements to be able to actually go through this whole process. And as the schedule now, I think Sue was, the last training that we'll be getting is first week of June. I don't know how.
June?
Yes.
Of next year?
Yes.
So they give you all these regulations, and they give you a year, and you're automatically behind before you start.
Right, and truly, we're not supposed to be doing any of this new evaluation process until everyone's been certified through training. State's not ready to give the trainers the training to give to us. So like Sue was saying, you know, they've already canceled the next 3 because they're not ready out of state ed. But there's so much here that is good. One of the things that I'm finding a little troubling though is Sue and I were talking, and Michelle, which teacher evaluation format would we like to use? Observation format. I'm a minimalist, so I picked the one that was 12 pages. BOCES has picked, I think, recommending the one that's 78 pages.
Per evaluation?
Yes.
Yes.
That's just part of it, but then we're also looking at local assessments. We're on a contingency budget. I'm trying to do my title application, which is due Wednesday. Which local assessment from their list are we going to go with? Again, do I take just what I have to do, the school has to do next year for grades 4 through 8, and spend possibly $3,000 for just that small group of people, knowing full well next year we have to go and buy something different? Where do you find the money for this? So part of it is that it's coming very, very fast, but when it all settles, I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic process. It's going to help teachers grow, it's going to help administrators grow, and I think that it takes away some of the subjectivity of it, you know, where why would a principal give me this evaluation, or if I'm a principal, why does a super give me that evaluation? There's data backing some of that.
The sad part is we total got about $6,000 in grant monies. We will exceed that money in almost the administrative training for the evaluations. Because we have to pay $125 per principal per training. And then the equipment that we're gonna have to purchase is about $35,000 to $4,000.
Equipment being like a computer
A
program?
computer program. So, you know, again, mandates, but there's not the money that is supporting it. And that's not even dealing with any of the changes that we're gonna have to do, meeting with the teachers, with negotiations, and you know, that all costs as well.
And the time.
Well, right, but this is, you know, is to start this school year, and it just, you know, came about, and everybody's jumping. This is, I mean, like I said, there are 16 districts in the county using the same format. 2 districts, the bigger districts, both chose to do their own. We met with teachers, administrators, NICET reps to draft this in the end. And I was on the final committee that brought this all together. So. And the union will be getting this, our 2 union reps on the 1st will go to a meeting with NICET where they'll be presented this to look at as well. I already gave it to our reps so they have it.
That's legal though, if 2 school districts, your larger ones, can go by themselves to do this?
Mm-hmm. We could have, we just can't afford to. Obviously, we need to have a consortium of everyone to be able to make it work. They got, you know, a lot more monies than we get through a smaller district.
Yeah.
But they could, you know, and any one of the 16 at any point can say they're gonna change the wording or take out a section or, you know, and everybody's does not have to be a template. But at this point, they all are. And it was honestly at least a nice thing that NICET and, you know, administration, BOCES all work together very well. It was very positive. Hopefully it's good things to come.
Well, I think the concept is good. You know, I think that they're trying to ram around through pretty quickly, but sometimes that's, if they feel that there's a paradigm shift that needs to occur, that's all going to make it happen. So.
And this is the same program that North Dakota sent the money back for?
For the race to the top?
Same.
I'm not aware of that, Rick, so I'm not.
One state did. They said it wasn't worth the money.
Right.
Well, when truly our county got together, when we saw what we got, we felt the same. We said we would do better to buy lottery tickets with the money. I mean, you know, with what you get, but it's not a choice. If the state is doing it, then we have to partake.
Are there any other questions about this? Okay. favor? Aye. Any opposed?